Live, guys. How you doing? And very shortly, I'll be bringing my guest out. I just want to point out that there are a couple disclaimers running. Oh, this hand at the bottom of the screen here. Very important. What you're going to hear today is a weight loss story, and you're also going to hear a story about coaching. To be clear, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We're not here to tell you that you can make $1 million doing what we do. We're here to tell you that this is a great thing to do. It's wonderful. It's a lot of fun, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes effort to do what we do. Okay, it is a business. And that's sort of where this person's going to go. I want to bring on Sue Martin here in a second. And Sue we'll tell our story before we tell her story because it's pretty neat too. But let me bring her out and we'll get going here. Oh, let's go to. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, now we're both on. How you doing, Sue?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I'm just doing crazy down here in South Carolina.
Yeah.
So I think like the first story we should probably tell is how we met. So guys, true story. We were at the Hard Rock Cafe shopping in the store and Sue had her shirt on. And I walked up and all I said to Sue was, go ahead, Sue.
Tell me your story. Tell me your story.
There it is. And that's really what we do, guys. We tell our story. And that's probably the most impactful thing about us is because we all have a story. You have a story. Sue has a story. That's why I do this, because everybody has a story. So here's how we're going to lead into this. Sue, you started by telling me what you did for a living before you started coaching, and you still do it, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So go ahead and tell everybody what you do for a living.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was a part-time thing, but I felt like it was a living because I was teaching so many classes. But I owned a fitness studio, and I was teaching 7 classes a week and loving it. I love fitness and everything. And so a friend of mine who happened to be a coach with our company approached me. She was looking for a place to help the elderly and teach Tai Chi. And so she came into my studio. We had mutual friends that connected us, and she came into the studio to see it. And while she was there, we determined that the studio was probably not a good fit because there were a lot of stairs there. But anyway, what she said to me was, oh my goodness, I coach this incredible health and wellness program. And you are already in the industry, so to speak, because you're teaching fitness classes. And I think this would be a great fit for you to coach this program. It would be such a nice compliment to what you're doing. And so I didn't know her well, but I trusted her integrity. And so I agreed to take a look at what it was. So.
Love it. Love it. So part of this journey is that health part. And you kind of revealed a little secret to me.
Yeah.
And I think maybe talking about that nagging issue might help people understand that like there's more to this than what, is before us. So go ahead and share with everyone. I'm going to let you talk about your story to everybody.
Okay.
About what led up to that.
Yeah. So she offered me to look at the coaching side of this, right? Thinking it would be a good fit. Well, in her opinion of me, I was certainly not obese, but what she didn't know about me was that I was carrying 25 extra pounds that I was not comfortable with. I was wearing a knee brace to teach my classes because of the extra weight. I was feeling somewhat like a fraud because I'm standing in front of classes of 35 to 50 women teaching health and wellness fitness classes and not feeling confident in my own skin. So, this really piqued my interest because she said, it was a health and wellness program. She helped people lose weight and get healthy. But the lose weight part was really like, okay, I'm stuck. I'm a certified personal trainer. I know a little bit about nutrition. I'm killing myself working out in the gym, 7 classes a week, and I'm stuck. I cannot get this weight off. I was, sorry guys, little disclaimer here, but I was in early menopause. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I was in early menopause, and I just thought, well, this is it. I'm stuck. So when Vicki offered me the coaching side of it, she really wasn't expecting me to say, well, I would like to lose some weight and get a little healthier myself. So she was really shocked to hear that. And so, I really looked at both aspects of the program at the same time. So,
I love that. I love that was the part that really got me, that you had that secret that you kept to yourself and you were trying very hard to fix that problem. So no, this is, everybody loses weight at a different time frame. How long do you think it took you to get those 25 pounds?
okay. So I didn't change a thing about my exercise because, I own the studio, the classes were set.
Right.
And I thought I was eating healthy. Again, I knew a little bit about nutrition. I went on this program and, like you said, the results not typical or whatever, but sometimes they really are. Anyway, I lost 12 pounds the first month. And I mean, jaw dropping because I was stuck. I really thought that was it, being,
Right.
in menopause and all that. So I lost a total of 25 in a course of 3 months and transitioned out. And that was 4.5 years ago. And here I am today, still maintaining beautifully and loving it and working out less, by the way, because now that my nutrition is tweaked, I'm only working out 2 to 3 times a week. And I am probably in better shape than I was when I was working out 7 times a week, because now everything's working together. The working out and the nutrition piece are blending beautifully, and I'm just, feeling it.
I want to play that back because people bust their hump to lose weight and think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
And would you say that, I think the way I read it was that exercise is the reward we give our body for being in good health?
Yes. Because, being a fitness instructor, obviously I have a love for exercise. I know not everybody does. But my mentality back 4.5 years ago, before I found program, was that diet and exercise was the way to lose weight. That's just the way that my brain, and if you ate something that was a little indulgent, then you would beat yourself up exercising, trying to get it off. Right. And honestly, I got burnt out. Our studio closed in 2018. And I took that entire summer off because I was so burnt out. I was doing other things. My coaching business was growing. But I was just sick of beating myself up. And looking back now, I don't know how the heck I did that. 7 classes a week. I don't know how I did that. And, getting older now, I have no desire to work out like that again. So now when I do it 2 to 3 times a week. I absolutely love it. The endorphins kick in. I feel great. I look forward to doing it. It's not a task that I have to do because I'm beating myself up for what I ate.
So did coaching become an adjunct to the fitness thing, or did it how did that work out for you?
Well, so this is a little bit of another layer of that story. I did own a manufacturing business, still do actually. I owned a manufacturing business, and that was my primary source of income. Well, at the time that I was approached about coaching and I was teaching these fitness classes, my manufacturing business was really in bad shape. It was failing. Myself and my business partner had to actually stop taking income at that point in time. So I really needed another source of income. I thought I was going to have to find another job, which how the heck was I going to do that? Because I owned a manufacturing business. I owned this fitness studio, took care of my mom. My husband owned a trucking company. I was doing the bookkeeping. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I was offered coaching, and I actually didn't tell anybody I was coaching for the first month that I did program. I needed that proof, so to speak, but 12 pounds gone. Hello. Now I want to tell the world about it. And so I started sharing out loud. I started sharing on social media. I had somewhat of an influence there because of my studio. Started telling friends and family about it. And it literally just took off from there because people, I became a walking billboard, 25 pounds in 3 months. And, just absolutely loving it. I'm passionate about this because I just know how it can help so many people. And I have over the last 4.5 years, but even just knowing what it did for me personally, a menopausal, middle-aged woman, so to speak, and just feeling fantastic. I felt like it got me back. And so of course I wanted to tell the world. And, so I actually went on to, and again, there was a lot of hard work involved, a lot of effort. I really worked my social media. I really shared program a lot, but within a year's time, this became my primary source of income and not the manufacturing business. So it
Yeah.
really, it took off.
There you go. And Joan and I did it part-time for the last 4 years, and we just left. That's why we're here. We decided to leave our jobs because we were making enough money doing this that we didn't need that income anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. Now we're devoting ourselves to this and loving every second of it. Is there tough times? Sure. But
yeah.
But you know what? It's worth every bit of it, especially when somebody wins and you hear them winning. And that's the beauty of it. And that's why I loved your story, because you're winning. You took a secret that you held and you turned it around and you said, you know what, I'm going to make this my victory.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm so thankful that my coach offered it to me. I had no idea what this was going to turn into or what it would do. It literally has changed my life, my health, my physical health, my mental health, everything we've been through the last year. Our community is amazing, meeting people like yourself, and then the community that we're all a part of. I mean, I don't know where I would be right now after going through what we've gone through this last year and a half.
I agree.
Yeah. But and then financially, I mean, it saved me and my husband in a lot of ways, pretty much in every way. Honestly, I don't know what I would have done.
Right. Especially if the knee had stayed bad, you wouldn't have been able to continue the classes anyway.
That brace came off when the 25 pounds came off. By the way, that brace came off. Now I don't even wear it anymore. I don't need it.
That was my next question.
Yeah. That inflammation disappeared. That joint pain disappeared. It's amazing because they do say that for every pound you have on your body, extra pound, there's 4 pounds of pressure on your knees. So, you think about that. That was 100 pounds of pressure off my knee. So, yeah.
And I spoke with Joan's back surgeon when she had her last back surgery, and I asked her about the spine. And that in the spine, that correlates to 7 pounds of pressure.
Wow. Yeah.
And one more quick fact. I had a friend who was the CEO of Deborah Hospital. It was a heart and lung hospital in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And he gave me the most interesting piece of information ever. 1 pound of fat needs 7 miles of blood vessels to feed it. Think of the strain you put on your heart to pump the blood through all those miles of blood vessels when you're overweight. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
When he told me that, I was like, whoa. All right, so we have like a minute or two left. So here it is. You ready?
Yep.
If there was one thing you could tell everybody listening to you right now, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. The first thing that jumped out of my head is if you're even thinking about it, just don't wait. Just do it. Just do it. I'll be honest, and I didn't jump on it right away. When my coach presented it to me, I waited a good 3 months, and then I was in a worse place than had I started 3 months sooner. I had no idea what this was going to do. And, so glad I jumped on. So, there's never a perfect time, but just taking that first step and, the possibilities are just endless.
You beat me. I took 6 months from the time Joan started till I started. So good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story, because it's important that we get these out here so that people know that these are real people. These aren't like people who coach this aren't like some magical unicorn that popped out of the sky. We're just regular people who want to help other people, and we helped ourselves getting there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and having met you, in Atlanta, that was incredible as well. And so thank you so much for inviting me on to share my story, because, I do love telling my story, because I just know that my hope is that it will inspire somebody to take that step, because I know what it's done for me. So
exactly. And it is always a pleasure to meet new people. It was so much fun to just walk up and ask you your story.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I did. I was like, I got a new friend. So
exactly.
That's even better.
Yes, it is. That's a super big bonus of this.
Exactly, exactly. Well, thanks so much for jumping on. We appreciate it. Guys, we'll talk to you soon. Sue, appreciate it. We'll talk to you very soon, okay?
Okay, great. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.